The views expressed in Ignorant Rants do not necessarily represent the views of the client.com, its owner, sponsors, or affiliates. Hell, half the time it doesn't even represent the views of the ignorant ranters themselves. It's just a bunch of guys talking nonsense. Previously on Ignorant Rants. No, I throw the blame appropriately where it goes.
Okay.
I don't fucking play around with that shit.
If there's one thing Tim's good at, it's finding where to put the blame.
All right, I might be a little more otter crass than usual. I've got like, I don't know, man. I've got no more than 3 hours of sleep like the last 4 nights, and today some dude in my class helped me figure out a piece of code I couldn't figure out, and I'm not joking at all or exaggerating. Before I even realized what was happening, I was giving this guy a massage, telling him I was going to give him a good tug, and and it hit me, and I was like, he just gave me the weirdest look, and I just started laughing so fucking hard because I was like, I don't even know how this came about. I'm just so happy right now that I get to be done with this finally.
Speaking of Taboo.
I was going to say, who here's the real one? The real gay one.
Hello and welcome to Ignorant Rants, a show where a bunch of friends get together sometimes when the schedules align and fucking people show up.
Have you been saving that?
Yes, I have.
He's been thinking about it for weeks.
I am Tim, and I am joined today by Brent. Brent, how you doing?
Hey, Tim. Happy to be here.
Be here.
Glad my schedule could align.
Fucking tell me about it. And Bobby, who's been fucking MIA for like 2 weeks.
I have been MIA for like 2 weeks, man. I've been near death.
Near? How near are you?
How near? I'm like recovering right now.
Like hanging off the death cliff by fingernails? Or like are you at that point where you got your chest over the side and you're ready to pull yourself up?
Did you pass out in the kitchen and bash your face on the floor, or was that just me?
That actually, you remember how concussed we thought you might be?
You thought I was pretty concussed.
No, man, it's just lots of new levels of exhaustion that I didn't really realize I could attain, because you know how like when you're in school and you put off stuff and then you end up doing something like working all night to do a paper or some shit or study.
I'm familiar.
Well, right. Well, that's not the case this time. Since day one of this week and a half long venture to do this fucking final, I have put no less than 10 hours per day into this project, and most days about 12 to 14.
God damn.
So I got a question then. If you're putting 14 hours into this project a day, I'll max you out just to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you're only getting 3 hours of sleep. There's still like 6 hours in there somewhere, give or take. I don't know math, but
that's true. I mean, I take breaks. Like you know, the only things I've done for breaks, like I gotta have food breaks, and the thing is, I lay in bed and try and sleep. I try and get 8 hours of sleep, but it doesn't come. Like,
yeah, I know you were telling me the other night you were taking sleeping pills and shit.
Yeah, I tried that and it fucking failed, and then it ruined my whole day because I was just groggy as shit all day. But no, the few breaks I get, I'll text you and be like, "Dude, Battlefront for an hour."
Right, and I'm always about it.
Yeah.
You know what also helps is blackout drinking.
So I had an interview today for like a local consulting company. No, I'm not. No, I'm serious. So I'm sitting there. I'm in this interview, and this morning with the owner of this, like, it's a startup consulting firm. It's like a web development shop, and this guy's like trying to explain to me how things go in the office, and he's like, the position's 100% remote. You work wherever you want to work from. Yesterday I was at the lake fishing all day with my laptop, drinking a few beers, and he's like, fuck, if you don't even want to work during the day, you don't have to. We've got one developer who works from about 9 o'clock at night till about 7 in the morning with a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of whiskey right next to him and just works straight through. And he's like, that's not me, but if that's your cup of tea, I'm all about it. And I was just like, fuck, man, the culture here is just absurd.
Well, that sounds
I wouldn't
awesome.
get anything done if I had a bottle of whiskey next to me the whole time.
Honestly, I'd get something done for the first couple glasses, and after that, shit.
Nah, dude.
Control, alt, delete, all that shit.
That's like the only thing that got me through. When it hit like 9, 10 o'clock at night, I'd just start drinking. And then it It would push me through. What's weird is there are dudes in my class, since the weed is legal here, they just stone it up hard, dude. They'll walk out for a smoke and then they'll just blaze and go back. Some motherfuckers will code high for 7 hours. I could never do that.
Yeah, I don't think I could code high for 1 hour.
I can't even get a glass of water high.
Well, what we can do high or not is podcast.
Right. Sorry for that
so,
long-winded explanation. That's my catch up.
That's fine.
Nah, fuck it. It's fine. It's our show. We do what we want. Right. So if you don't know, or this first episode, welcome. We get around and we talk about things that we find interesting or not interesting, and then we just talk shit about the other person who finds it interesting because that's funny to us. Speaking of, Bobby.
What up?
Something's irritating you at the moment.
Dude, you want to fire off with the serious shit immediately? All right.
Absolutely. Let's jump right into it. Let's hook them. Let's hook all the guys who fucking see the hashtag politics and they're like, well, what's this all about? And then we'll fucking blast them with the second and third segment.
Word. I'm all about that. No, man, I'm just getting really fucking pissed off about these presidential races. And not for reasons you would think, right? The candidates suck, and we've talked about this a lot, and that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about fucking super delegates in the voting system and how I don't think most people realize how this works. And I'm pretty convinced most people don't, because the big sentiment from celebrities and online is go out and vote, every vote counts. And so I got to sling some hate your party's way, because there's a thing called super delegates, and it's starting to really make me mad, and Republicans don't have them. So, super delegates, these motherfucking Democrats, bro. These motherfucking
Democrats.
Democrats.
I thought you were talking about the Tea Party.
No. These motherfuckers, right? These fucking Democrats, dude. All right, I don't know. I don't even want to explain this massively overblown. Basically, you go out to a poll, you choose your candidate that you want to win, and then and then whoever wins the majority of those votes per state, that state has so many people who are supposed to vote for this person to be president of the party, right? Presidential nominee. And apparently in the Democratic Party, then there's people who don't have to abide by those rules. They can just go out and do whatever they want. And the scary thing is that super delegates make up a third of all potential delegates in the Democratic Party. So that's a lot of fucking people. So anyway, I don't know. I just think it's fucking stupid, because and it's really annoying, because every single time I've been following this shit, every week by week you got new states and stuff, and I don't know, man. It's just this country is going to hell in a handbasket.
I know. My mind was blown because I found out there was more than one Super Tuesday. Holy shit.
Yeah.
If they're all Super Tuesdays, then none of them are super.
How many Super Tuesdays do we need?
Right. So, I don't know, man. It's just fucking annoying. And then to think about, and I guess I can throw some hate the other way, too. The fucking Republican Party, if Donald Trump doesn't win outright, they don't have super delegates, which is cool. But if somebody doesn't hit that actual number, right, the majority number to win the nominee before the convention, then they can just throw all of that out, nominate whoever the fuck they want to nominate. So, what's even the fucking point? It doesn't even matter. The presidential election matters. The Senate and congressional elections do. But these, fucking nominee races are just nonsense, because if Trump doesn't reach it, then no one's going to pull for him, and then they can just they could choose somebody. They could choose you and just throw you in on the ballot and make an argument for you, and then you could be the Republican nominee. So it doesn't even matter.
2016, I'm all about it.
Right. I'm more a Yeezy fan.
Didn't your boy just drop out? Was that Rubio?
Yeah, he dropped out last night. Oh boy. Dude, he gave a very elegant defeat speech. He did not quote Pokemon like my previous favorite candidate did in the 2012 race.
That's a shame.
R.I.P. Herman Cain.
The man's dead now.
Yeah. Where he said, I quote, I gotta catch them all.
But he didn't.
Oh,
and
okay.
His memory card died before he could finish that feat.
Well, the problem was we only had the red version. We needed the blue version if we were going to get all of them.
Right. Nobody would trade with him, the poor guy.
And that was at a time when those cords to connect Game Boys were just absurdly expensive. So
honestly, $60?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Outrageous.
But actually, is my boy Rubio he might have actually done something worse than quote Pokemon, which is the last 45 seconds of his submit speech was a Bible verse. And then him vehemently listing off the list of different things and different people he hopes that God blesses. And that was absurd.
quick aside, it won't be this day. Today is the day we're recording, and it will be different. But I would just like to wish everybody a happy Austin 3:16 day. Speaking of Bible verses,
Dude, what does Austin 3:16 say?
I just whipped your ass.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, dude. And if we're being fair right now, Stone Cold would be a great front runner.
I feel like he'd be a great Democratic president.
You think he'd be a Democrat? You think he'd run Democrat? The guy's the Texas rattlesnake, bro.
Yeah, he's blue collar, core and core.
That's true. He's probably voting for Bernie Sanders.
Right.
Fuck.
Fuck. You name one Republican candidate besides Donald Trump who's drinking beer.
Beside Donald Trump, and stump me.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fair, but I feel like he's not a guy who respects the authority and establishment. I feel like he'd just as soon give Bernie Sanders the stunner.
Right? Maybe we need someone who's going to take the reins on Congress. And if someone's trying to get up there doing like a filibuster, he just runs down to the Congress floor and gives them a stunner real quick and says, let's get this bill going.
But that's the problem with superdelegates. He'd never last in the Democratic Party because then all the establishment voters would just choose over him. They'd take somebody like Hillary Clinton over Stone Cold, who'd make a real difference in America.
I don't know. I'd vote for him if it meant I wasn't going to get a stunner.
I guess that's true. Like if he just used violence.
Yeah, if he just threatened the
violence
stun,
and fear.
Yeah, all the superdelegates who didn't put him in.
Now I have a question about the superdelegates. They have like a headquarters somewhere.
Yeah,
They just like sit around an oval table and like a call comes in on their video monitor and they're like superdelegates.
Yeah, it's called the Watchtower. Sits above the Hall of Justice.
But honestly though, isn't that crazy though? For like a party that's consistently arguing about like rights, this and equality, that, and like I don't know, I just think it's absurd that that somebody could win a state and then still not actually win that state. That's just fucking crazy.
Right. Well, and I mean, we're not perfect. What can I say? We've got
It's biology.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is really, it really is only a problem when you get this close to the presidential election and you don't have a clear front runner, right? I mean, Trump's running away with it, and the Republican National Party is getting fucking terrified, and they don't know what the fuck to do about it. And
Mitt Romney, bud. Mitt Romney 2016.
Mittens.
With Rubio as his vice.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys ever seen
that?
I'm going to plug somebody real quick, a YouTube channel. Have you ever seen Epic Rap Battles?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you ever seen those? Did you see the one that was Mitt Romney versus Barack Obama?
No,
Yes.
but it sounds awesome.
When Barack told him, he said the Republicans needed a puppet, and you fit in. Or no, and you fit. They've got their hands so far up your rear, we're going to call you Mitt.
All right. I'm gonna plug something else too, right? But it's like a lot bigger, and so we can hashtag it and try and get some more views.
I don't know. Snoop Dogg was on one of those Epic Rap Battles, so that's pretty big. So was Weird Al.
Fucking Weird Al. But did either of you guys watch the last episode of It's Always Sunny of season 11?
Like
the finale.
The Gang Goes to Hell Part 2?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen it.
I haven't
Please
seen
do not
Part
spoil.
2.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything except for there's this scene where everybody's arguing with Dee about how she can't do impressions at all and how she sucks at them, and so like she like gives Dennis this like absurdly hard one and he like nails it, and so then they tell Dee to do Barack Obama. And literally her example is like, yo, Congress, why you gotta act like that? It's just like everybody's like, that's incredibly racist, and she's like, no, it's not, that's how he talks.
Or wasn't it when fucking Daniel Tosh was talking about the dog he chose and how he should have chose a fucking like a Rottweiler or one of Michael Vick's dogs and just walked out to the White House lawn and took a gangster knee.
Honestly, I never thought I'd say this, bro, but like, I don't know. Like right now, based on who's left, Obama's starting to look like a G right now. Like
I'm saying. Everybody's going to be real sorry he's gone next year, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to keep the status quo
of
nothing.
It's crazy because I can't remember the last race where I was just like actively, I don't like any one of these guys. Like,
right.
I mean, even in Democrats, I'll find some redemption in, but I mean, the longer we go by, it looks like Hillary Clinton's going to be our nominee, and I can't stand behind it. I'm really sad about it. Might move to Canada. I don't know. Maybe Mexico.
Maybe Mexico. They don't want you. If you move to Mexico, then they're going to make you build the wall.
Well, either that or make me learn Spanish.
Yeah, that's useful.
Si quieres papas fritas con tu Big Mac?
Comeme el culo con una cuchara?
No, thank you.
Tengo el gato en los pantalones.
Me too. Yo también.
No, dude, I feel the same way because I feel like I got to pull for the repubs, bro. But D Trump is not my G, and it's almost one of those situations too where if it's him versus Hillary, even if I hate her, I almost still. It's not like okay, well I'm going to vote Republican because that's just the right thing to do. It's like I don't know about this.
It's something else.
So you're going to vote against your values because of your party. Wow. That's the problem with politics. That's the problem with the Republican Party.
No, if there was a good Democratic candidate, I'd be all about it, but there's not one. I'm not going to listen to somebody who didn't pass high school economics or somebody who just is a residual liar.
Yeah, but what about Bernie Sanders?
He's the one who didn't pass high school economics. Yeah, I'd like that guy to feel the burn like it's the fucking Salem witch trials.
Good God.
The Spanish fucking Inquisition. Then we'll see how much he wants to take. I saw this fucking picture online of a Bernie Sanders sign in someone's yard, and it was ripped clean in half and like stolen. Like half of it was stolen, and somebody put a sign on there that said, "I didn't have one. I'm sure you'll understand."
Yeah, if I see that meme one more time, because everyone thinks they're fucking funny. No one's the first one. It's like fucking 6 months old, and people are still doing it now because they think they're clever. They're not clever. People aren't clever. People are stupid.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't spend all my waking moments online. I'm trying to plan a podcast over here.
Oh, so really? You didn't go online to help out with your project? No wonder it's taking you 14 hours a day.
Yeah, I know, dude. I just sit on ESPN all day.
Google, my friend. It's got the answers.
Google. Yeah, people are dumb.
People are dumb.
I was trying to explain to somebody the other day why I didn't like any of the candidates and like what I was thinking I might do about that, and
they were like, start knocking them out.
And they are just so sold out. I mean, like I get it. Like Idaho's a Republican state or whatever you want to say, and there's all those stickers on people's cars. They're like, blue girl in a red state. Ugh.
Yeah,
and
she's a bitch.
I don't really come across too many people who, one, like really enjoy getting into politics other than you guys, or two, people who are just like so Idaho and so Republican that they're like sold out for Trump. And I was just like, my eyes hurt afterwards from rolling them at these people that I was trying to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Because they kept bringing up all this shit that we've already talked about, like the gun thing and all this stuff. And I was like, you guys realize that none of what you're talking about is actually anything that they've been saying. And I was like, yeah, okay, so maybe, last election, we jokingly were like, yeah, Donald Trump would be a cool candidate because, like, economically or financially or whatever. But now that he's, like, opened his mouth and is running it, I'm like, Jesus, God. And they're like, yeah, but he's like, you know that he can't be bought, and so that's what you got to look for. You know that he can't be bought because he just says whatever he thinks and stuff. And I was like, and they're trying to encourage me to like peel the layers back and understand what the meaning of what he's saying. And I was like,
so okay, he's Shrek.
Yeah, apparently. Not a parfait, an onion.
I gotcha.
And it's like, okay, so he says this thing, and you want me to like try to find the deeper meaning in it, but what if the deeper meaning is just a red flag?
Right.
Like,
or what if there is no deeper meaning?
What if
Some
there
people
really
don't
is?
have.
Exactly. That's the thing. I was like, you guys realize that when he says this, he's probably not talking about what you think he's talking about. He's probably just flapping his gums.
Right.
And then on top of that, he's going to say these things, and people are like chalk it up to him being like, oh, he's just saying his mind. He's just speaking his mind and about, immigration and stuff like that. It's like when he speaks his mind and says things that are pretty overtly racist, like there's no deeper meaning to that other than
he's
the
deeply
guy's
racist.
he's deeply racist.
Dude,
and
guy,
it's like, what do you want me to do? They're like, oh, so you're not going to vote? And it's like, if I had somebody that I felt like I could back, then absolutely I would. But right now, I've got to figure out, once they narrow it down, the lesser of two evils, and there isn't one in my eyes right now, and these people are so sold out for one or the other, and it's like...
I would just like to throw out right now that if you are undecided in your vote, that is okay. Tim 2016, you can write me in. I will represent the people. Look, this country needs help, and I'm going to help this country, okay?
You guys can't see him right now, but he's doing the thumb Republican point.
So this country needs help, and I'm going to help this country. You want to know how I'm going to help this country, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to help this country, what this country needs help with, and how I'm going to help it, okay?
He has a threefold plan.
I've got a 3-part plan that involves...
getting the best team together.
Well, first off, we need to identify the help that we need to give. And then we need to attack that problem. And then we need to apply the help that we're going to help out with. So,
all right. I like where this is going, and I'm gonna be your adversary right now, but I'm gonna do my best impression of Donald Trump, which is not, by the way, I'm not gonna try and talk like him. I'm gonna try and emulate him. I'm just gonna speak the way he speaks, right?
So imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. You heard it right here. Bobby is backing Trump. Go.
I am backing Trump, and I want to talk about your plan to change the country because it's a great plan, and I love plans, and I've always been someone who loves plans, and when I have a plan, I have the greatest plans, and and I won't continue to have a great plan.
30 seconds, Mr. Trump.
I'll continue to bring people in who have great plans, and like I said, it's my favorite plan, and I love the plan, and I've always been there. I've always supported the plan.
Look, we could sit here and listen to these empty promises all day long, right? But he has yet to tell us what his plan is. Now, my help that I'm giving to the country is important help, and this is help that the country needs and that I'm going to give them because that's what a good president would do. Don't listen to his quote-unquote plans. We don't need his plans. I've got the help, and I'm ready to deliver.
Look, now Tim's over here talking, and believe me, I like talking. But Tim's over here talking, and he's saying that he's got a plan, and what he doesn't mention is that, 6 years ago when he was trying to get in office, he came to me, he needed money, and he said, Bobby, I have a plan. And I said, great, I love plans, tell me about your plan. And so he told me about the plan, and he begged for campaign money. And because I'm not bought, but I have money, and I buy politicians, that's what I do. I bought Tim. I could have told Tim to get on his knees, and he would have gotten his knees right then. I tell you that. I love plans.
Look, all I'm gonna say to that is that let me help make America great again.
Hashtag I love plans.
I love plans. That's a good one. That's a good one for the show. No,
I like Tim 2016.
I like hashtag I like plans because I love plans, and no one makes plans better than I do.
I don't do plans.
No.
I don't do plans. Any plan more complicated than crossing the street is bound to go wrong somewhere. I just want to help. Let me help make America great again.
My God, it's like we've got a fucking Vladimir Lenin on our hands over here. Oh, no love for another Red Scare reference?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to sidestep that one.
It's pretty outdated, I guess. No, I got to say one thing, and I mean this in all sincerity. I am of all the things we could say about political candidates, the argument that I hate the most is when people tell me that Trump is the only person who can't be bought. That makes me so furious because for two reasons. A, people who are talking about and support Donald Trump don't know anything about politics. They don't know anything about the political system whatsoever. And the people who say he can't be bought only think that because he's the only one saying that. It's not like the biggest red flag in the world if you're thinking about politicians who could quote unquote be bought or not would be a guy whose entire life has revolved around one specific industry. And so it seems like he doesn't need to be bought. He's already got his agenda laid on the table for the last 30 fucking years.
Right.
So okay, maybe he's not bought, but go ahead and bail the banks out. Stop letting them fucking fail. That's stupid. Stupid.
Well, I know, and so someone who can't be bought and speaking their mind and is blatantly being racist, it should raise alarms somewhere.
Right. You're like,
that's exactly what I was saying. But
I don't have any repercussions for my actions.
Because I guarantee now Trump's a real estate guy, and we all know this. But I would almost guarantee that if he did anything other than real estate that required outsourcing jobs, he would have outsourced his jobs since the beginning.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah. Well, and you already know, I'm sure you know that his clothing line is all made in China. All of his ties, all of his clothes.
I didn't know he had a clothing line.
He does. He has like Trump ties and shit.
Is it anywhere near as prestigious as Kanye West's clothing line where people dress as fucking homeless Ninja Turtles?
Not even close. It's a lot more expensive, though.
Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude, you're basically, you just buy a silk worm and you wear it around your shirt.
A silkworm.
A silkworm.
It builds the tie as the day goes on.
By the end of it, it's just unraveled itself, very, like, where it should be, where you fucking very delicately look like you work hard all day.
But I can't spew too much hate one way without returning the fucking bulldog jowl-faced chick over there that is Hillary Clinton. Every time I see Hillary Clinton talk, she looks like she's just fucking waiting to get her next meal. Like,
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's no secret, or not a secret, but it's no wonder why Bill Clinton sleeps around like he does, because it's like, if you were going home to that, I would too.
Dude, I saw a fucking this hilarious tweet the other day that said exactly that. It was like, if Hillary was the woman for the job, Bill wouldn't have left her or cheated on her.
Honestly. I mean, let me just say this in conclusion. Let me wrap this whole thing up. We've talked a lot about stuff tonight. We talked a lot about super delegates and regular delegates. And,
Fuck 'em.
And candidates.
I'm surprised the super delegates haven't kicked in the door, tased us for talking shit.
Don't tase me, bro. I guess the point is that, everyone should go vote, but fucking do your research and don't vote. If you want to be a Republican, that's fine. I'm not going to hold it against you. Fuckers.
Yeah.
But don't vote for the wrong person just because you're a Republican. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. Vote for the right person for the job. I guess that's the thing. Don't vote for someone that you don't think is the right person for the job.
I think you should vote for the right person overall, right? Like, and like, because I'm gonna piggyback. I'm sorry, I know you're trying to end it there, but like, think about this though, right? Like, there's all this
coattails of my candidacy.
You can cut this out. I just want to make the point that it's absurd to me to think that. Like, I'm Republican for different reasons. I'm not Republican because I want to protect the rich, though. And it's bizarre to think that there's so many people who would vote that way and be like, you can't tax the rich people. It's not fair, when none of these people are actually even close to rich. Like, it's weird to think, like, you should vote for who will help you in your lifestyle, right? And, like, help you, not help anybody else. The rich people, don't worry about them. They're going to be fine one way or another. You don't need to... if I meet one more person who lives with their parents and says that you can't tax rich people, I'm going to be like, man, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying I need to look out for my food stamps. And so, Donald Trump ain't going to do that.
Right. But it would be about high time that some of these fucking Democratic rich people would actually start throwing money away like they're trying to make everybody else throw money away. I want to sit here and listen to Oprah talk about fucking Donald Trump and then not hear her about her donating millions of dollars and billions of dollars.
Doesn't she give out, like, fucking...
Like candy canes made of horse semen.
You get a horse, and you get a horse.
You get a horse.
Everybody
big booty bitch for you. Sorry, I had to quote Kanye.
Well, I wish you would.
You get a car. You get a car. Big booty bitch for you.
Okay, so that's definitely going. We're gonna take a quick break. Get off of this nonsense. We'll be right back with some more ignorant rants. And we're back. And we're here to lightly massage your ear holes with our comedic tongue wit.
Give you a nice tug.
So I want to talk about something that's interesting to me, and I think is applicable to a lot of people in the world. I dare say all of them. And I'm not.
What is it, Tim?
And I'm not just talking about fans of mine. Rage quitters online.
Fuck them.
Yes.
Bitches.
So when you're playing online, anything competitive, be it Street Fighter or Madden,
Rocket League,
is a good one. Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh my god. So many fucking rage quitters in that shit.
When people get so angry that they're losing that they just quit out. And I'm bringing this up because Capcom, the developers of Street Fighter, recently did a thing. So Street Fighter V released last month. It's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. There were a problem with rage quitters. People rage quitting when you play ranked matches, you earn league points, and your league points will bump you up to the next league and stuff. And but there was no penalty for rage quitting in the beginning, which I think was a severe oversight on Capcom's part. But they fixed it. They found it and they fixed it, and so they started punishing rage quitters. And so there was a guy, and I'm kind of happy I don't remember his name because I don't want to give him any more credit than he needs. But he was ranked number 1 in the world for league points. And
what?
Was just he had like 10,043, I think was the screenshot I saw. He was ranked number 1 in the world. And so Capcom started cracking down on rage quitters, and they started taking away league points. And so an hour later, this guy had less than 1,000. Bumped him all the way down to the bottom league. Yeah. And so,
hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Good. Serves him right.
I've got my ass whooped online. I've had my shit owned online. I've never once quit out a match, no matter how bad I was getting mad, no matter how bad I was getting whooped. I always see that match through. But I know there were a couple times when there were people rage quitting out on me when I started owning them. So the fact that Capcom destroyed this guy's league points all the way down to the bottom, fuck yeah.
That's good shit.
Take that shit.
Word.
I'm in the same camp as you. I've never rage quit. It doesn't matter how bad I'm losing. Or, because it's not always that I'm playing poorly. Is you come across people that are better than you. There's always somebody out there that's better than you.
It's rare, but they're there. I understand that.
And
that's the best way to lose,
League,
though, right?
Rage quitting?
Well, no. I'm saying actually getting
being
owned,
beat by somebody who's actually better
being owned. There's rage quitting is a lot more tangible to me if I feel like I'm not getting beat. I feel like I'm playing poorly, But if I get my shit rocked, I'm like, well, fuck, that guy was incredible.
Right, exactly.
Well, and for me, I don't know because
I assume it's a guy because no girl would beat me at a game.
Absolutely. The couple times when I straight get owned and I want to rage quit because there's times I want to just quit and it's not because I'm getting owned so much as the fact that they are so good it does not give me a chance to develop any sort of retort to what they're doing. Right? Sure, if I get a chance to kind of adapt to the situation and put up a fight at the end, I'll take it as a victory. But if you are just rocking my shit so bad that I've just got no other recourse other than to put the controller down, I might consider it.
I had Rocket League. We love Rocket League around here.
It's a good game. It's lots of fun.
They just started this new ranking system that works a lot like international soccer that we've talked about before in the past, where there's multiple tiers of the leagues.
I'm actually getting traded to Barcelona next week. It's crazy.
Fantastic. That's good for you. Where if your team is in the upper division and does poorly for the season, you have a chance to be relegated, where your team is dropped down to a lower division, and then you got to play a lower ranked team and earn your way back up. So Rocket League is doing
awesome.
Rocket League's doing a similar thing where they've got singles, doubles, and triples. Where if you're playing more than one-on-one, you get matched with somebody unless you've got somebody in your party. But you go up divisions if you do well, and if you do poorly, you get relegated down to the lower divisions. And if you're playing, with a team of people, you can put a forfeit to a vote, and that's kind of like their anti-rage quit in a sense. So you can say we're getting our shit rocked, let's forfeit, and then the rest of the team has to vote for that too.
But that's still going to give the other team the win.
It still gives the other team the win. Now, something that they don't have is I never vote to forfeit, and because I like to play,
right?
And playing somebody who's better than me is going to help me get better. And so I'll have teammates that'll vote to forfeit, and it gives you a certain amount of time to whether you want to put your vote in or not. And I've had teammates that will just exit to the main menu if the vote doesn't go their way. And so in this game, so I'm playing doubles. My teammate wants to forfeit. I say no, so he pieces out. I'm playing 2-on-1 against these guys for the rest of the match.
Right.
And
that's bullshit.
No, it's fucking bullshit. And the perfect example of this is in a game like Rocket League, which is soccer-based, anything can happen. I had a teammate, we went down probably 6-0 in the early minutes of the game, and he wanted to vote to forfeit, and I said no. And he actually stuck it out with me, and we ended up winning the game.
There you go.
By 1 goal.
Okay.
And at the end of it, I was like, and you wanted to forfeit.
Right.
Don't you look stupid now? And he was like, fuck you, and like left the game.
Gratitude. Fuck that.
And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't understand that mentality. Like, sure, like you said, there's a time when you do feel like you want to quit. You just want to put the controller down and walk away.
Right.
But I never understood succumbing to that.
Right. I mean, because for me, it's less of just putting the controller down and more like I better get out of here before my joystick ends up in the wall. But, I mean, same thing. I mean, actually, so here's the worst story of rage quitting I have. I was playing a game of Madden. No, not yours. But we can talk about that. We can talk about it. I didn't quit, though. I didn't quit that shit. I didn't throw that joystick until after the match was over.
You didn't throw anything. You kicked it, and it flew like it was a goal shot.
Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Shattered
Tim
a family picture.
Which is why he's being traded to Barcelona.
It shattered a family photo of his, which would be very indicative of the near future.
Foreshadowing
That's
in
really
real
good.
life.
That's really good. Yeah. Okay. So Bobby and I were playing Street Fighter, and what happened was I was drinking. Not that that's an excuse, but I was drinking. But it wasn't. I wasn't drunk. I was.
Well, he's going to use it like it's an excuse.
No. It's not an excuse. I was getting angry. So in my anger, every time he beat me, I was smashing my fist against my joystick, which caused one of the buttons to stick. And this is where the quicksand started. So the button stopped working, and so I was losing more and more, and I just could not take it. And so I at first I threw the joystick behind me in the couch behind me, and it smashed to the ground. And then I got up and I walked over and I kicked it down the hallway. And then where it hit,
but it rose like a fucking Southwest plane taking off for flight,
and it hit said aforementioned picture. And then at that point, the joystick was done, and then I didn't have a joystick to play with anymore, and that just made things worse for me.
And the preface to all this is that we were playing Street Fighter, and I was winning. But the original point to remember is that he told me that if we played 20 matches random v random, he would beat me 19 of those times. And I believe my win score was at like 11 or 12 before you fucking lost it.
No, I lost it when I said I would go 5 for 5 with Guile v. Guile.
Right. Oh, that was right afterwards. Yeah, so basically you made 2 things against me and I crushed you in both of them.
Yes, you did.
Hey, thank you.
We will be broadcasting our next Street Fighter 5 match, just so there's no question about who's the better Street Fighter player now. But no, my rage quit story, my one that's worse than that, that I was playing Madden online, and so before there was online play, I was the shit at Madden. You know, I beat all my friends. No one wanted to play with me. Admittedly, I wasn't playing with this group because I know this group plays a fucking mean game of Madden. So it was before.
I have won our last 2 matches.
Yes, I fucking like crushingly. But before all this, so I was really good at Madden, and then online, and then I found out when I started playing online that I was not that great at Madden. But I was playing Madden once. I was playing Madden when I was playing online, playing against this guy, and I was crushing him. I was winning, and I was doing really well, and this dude quit, just rage quit out of it. And so Madden gave me the option that says you want to quit the game and take the win, or do you want to finish the game against the computer and go for the win of the points? Well, I'll go for the points. I wanted the points, and the computer ended up beating me on a bullshit interception by the tight end, or fucking by the linebacker who was not even looking my way. He leapt fucking 30 feet in the air. And
in traditional Madden fashion.
Yes. And so that was the first time that I very calmly stood up and baseball pitched my controller down the hallway, and where it shattered. I found pieces of it months later. I was fucking furious.
There was a time when I would come over to your house and every one of your controllers was duct taped around.
Not my fault. Those are not my fault. That was actually my ex-wife's fault.
You explained it to me, which is insane to me still, because you said it was from her slapping the one handle of the controller into the palm of her hand.
Yeah, because you saw every one of them were taped in the same spot.
In the same spot.
Yeah.
The right handle was cracked on a PS3 controller.
Yeah.
And duct taped on every single one of them. And I was like, what the fuck happened? He's like, my ex-wife, she smacks the controller in her hand when she gets killed in like Call of Duty or some shit. And That's bonkers to me that she's smacking herself hard enough to break this molded plastic PlayStation controller.
What should be even more baffling is that she was not that great at Call of Duty to begin with. I don't know why she was getting so angry at getting killed.
That was going to be my next question.
that should have been the status quo for her.
I have broken a controller once. I was surprised that it happened. It was when the first Mortal Kombat remake came out, Mortal Kombat 9. Bobby and I were living together at the time, and so we just get home from where we worked similar schedules. So we go to work together, come home together, and then just sit around and drink and play MK.
Sounds like a great night.
It was great. We were doing the trials and all kinds of shit. And,
tower, dude.
But the tower, but you know we'd obviously 1v1 each other.
As you would.
As we would. And Bobby, at the time...
No one liked losing because the winner urinated on the other one. So that was not a good one.
We had to assert our dominance somehow.
Who's the wolf tonight?
Bobby, for a while, was handily better at Mortal Kombat than I was.
His smoke was incredible also.
And it was. It really was.
Thank you.
Smoke was nuts. And I was starting to match with him a little bit better. And there was one match where it was so fucking close. He ended up taking it and sitting forward on the edge of the couch.
Right.
You know,
that's proper gaming position.
Right. The controller's 2.5, 3 feet above the floor. Mm-hmm. From that position, I said, fuck, and just threw the controller straight down on the ground. And I heard a crack, and I was like, shit. But it looked good. And it was like my special edition light up Tron controller, so I was pretty pissed about it.
Okay.
And so we go to play another match after I cool down, and my guy is blocking the whole time. And for those of you who don't know, in Mortal Kombat, there's actually a block button. It's not just holding back like in Street Fighter. And so I had broken the lever on the right trigger, which is the block button, so that the controller thought that I was holding the block button down the whole time. And
you weren't just turtling.
I wasn't turtling.
Okay,
no.
all right.
And that's the one time I've ever broken a controller.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say it sucks so much more now because the controllers aren't tethered anymore; they're wireless.
Right.
So when you throw them, they're going to go. Like it used to be, you throw, you kind of just chuck it to the side. It might go 1.5 feet, 2 feet out, and it'll stop because it's tethered. But now, you throw it, it's gone. It's going where it's going.
How much you want to bet I could throw this controller over that mountain over there?
Right? Yeah.
So to pay Brent back in kind, I actually am very good with not throwing things because of the only time I ever have done it. And I had an N64 that I have had since I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And I mean, this thing lasted forever, right? Those fucking things were indestructible for starters. But I took immaculate care of mine. All my games still work. What up?
I want to guess what game you were playing.
Okay.
Was it Mario Kart?
Nope.
GoldenEye?
Nope.
Perfect Dark?
Nope.
Mortal Kombat Trilogy?
Nope.
We did play Trilogy a bunch when I found it at a pawn shop.
Pokemon Snap?
No.
He got mad at me in Pokemon Snap.
I own it, that game. You can't take
I had one
the way
chance
I
to
can.
get that picture of Mew, and you ruined it.
I fucking love that game. That game was the shit.
That game is the shit.
That was one of 3 games I bought on the Wii from the Virtual Console. I love that game. Okay.
Come on, there's one obvious one you're missing.
A very obvious rage-quitting-esque game.
Okay, I feel like I should know this. All right, hold on. Let me back up a second. Fuck, I'm going to be so mad when I hear this, too.
Yeah.
StarCraft 64.
No.
You're delving deep into the library of N64.
Pokemon Tournament.
No.
Pokemon Stadium.
I would have
Pokemon
definitely won at Pokemon Stadium because I fucking killed that game.
Mario Party.
No.
Oh, fucking Mario Party ruins friendships.
Oh, honestly. Mario Tennis. Mario Golf.
It's unreal how many Mario games you can name off without naming the right one.
All right.
How many have you named? 10?
I almost all of the 64 games.
All right, you got one more guess.
Okay, one more guess. Here we go. We're gonna go. Good guess. It's an obvious one. Why am I missing the obvious one here? I don't even know.
It's a franchise.
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, god damn it! I forgot it debuted on the 64. Shit. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one to break the controller at. So admittedly, I am shit terrible at Smash Brothers. Every single one of them.
I am great at Smash Brothers.
Okay, well, I will remember that the next time we're in a tournament.
All right.
So I am also very, very good at Smash.
He is.
Smash
He's
Bros.
Great at Smash.
and so good that in this N64 that I've taken great care of, and I've had this Smash Bros. Game. At this point, I was probably like 21, 22, so I've had this thing for like 15 fucking years. Works perfectly fine. And
wait. Came out in 99.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so I was 10 years old. So I've had it for like 10 years at this point.
Oh, shit, that makes sense. Okay, we're good.
Okay. So, like...
Math is hard.
So, I'm like... so, Brent's visiting from Seattle one time, and I haven't lost at this game, and I'm still playing it consistently, and I haven't lost since I was like 13 years old. And so, Homeboy shows up, sees I have an N64 out, and is like, dude, do you have Smash? And I'm like... I'll fucking kill you at Smash. And he's like, I'll kill you at Smash. So we do what we do. We talk our shit.
I told him that my Link was better than whatever he would come at me with.
Oh, okay.
And he laughed in my face.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you use Link. Who'd you use, Bobby? Who's your character?
Pikachu. And actually, the thing that made this worse about this match, I'm going to give one small caveat that's going to be more embarrassing to me, but it's better to the story, to be honest. Link, if you can't play Link well, and the only person I've ever seen who can play him well is Brent, he is one of the weakest characters in the game, and I have literally never in my life lost to Link. So enter this game against Brent, where
that I'm playing as
not
Link.
only not when he says Link, I'm like, oh shit, I was expecting anything else, right? This is going to be easier than I thought it was.
My Jigglypuff is going to rock your shit.
Wipes the fucking floor with me, Homeboy does, and the thing about it is like. It's not even like a build-up. It's not like a slow burner. Like the MK thing when we played, he was mad because he had told me that we were going to keep playing until he beat me once. He would not stop playing until he beat me once. He didn't get there. It was a slow burner. He beat me one time and crushed me, and I stood up and I threw that fucking... What?
Oh, well, I was just going to ask, did you play an actually 1v1, or did you play a 1v1 with two other computer?
1v1.
Just one, so two characters.
1v1,
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So he beat you.
No items.
He wiped the floor with me.
No items.
We threw down.
Fair across the board.
Yep.
Okay.
Because no fucking hammer, because the hammer's cheap as shit.
Honestly.
So we throw down, he wipes the floor with me, and I say, just one singular match, right? Fucking 5 lives, no handicap. He takes all fucking 5 for me. And I don't even want a fucking rematch. I just stand up, throw the controller as hard as I can, but where does it land? Beelines straight from my N64 and destroys it. Like it would not work the rest of the night. It never worked again. I threw it away. Like it never ended up working again.
The TV froze. It like did the transition from like the match to like whoever won, but it froze mid transition. So diagonally, the top right corner of the TV was black, and the bottom left corner of the TV was what was still on the screen being transitioned, and it was just froze there like that.
So the controller followed the cord all the way back to the source.
Yes. And so
I haven't
when
he did it too. I was sitting next to him on the couch, and I was like, I thought he was gonna slap the shit out of me. I jumped back.
That's incredible because, like, that's incredible aim and precision that you just executed there.
Yeah, the kind that I needed during that match that would show up later. I know I had the skills.
Well,
it just wasn't the right
good.
day.
That makes me feel better that you have felt the humility of being rocked at your own shit, on your own shit, and breaking something, having lost.
That's true. I did come into his house.
Just like he did to
mine.
mine.
On his home
My
court.
goddamn house. Taking my fucking hospitality. Although, to be fair, I was really good at that game, and I did play it a lot, but that game still is not, it's not my favorite fighting game, even close, you know? So, I mean, it's not like Street Fighter to you. When I took you down in Street Fighter, there's still a different feeling there when the thing that he took from me was an undefeated record that I can never claim anymore. Although, granted, to be fair, sir, I pulled the same shit you pulled on me to Dave, and one night I was obliterated drunk, and I told him I'd win 50 in a row in Street Fighter 4 against him, random, and we put $50 on it, and I made it 30 games in, 30 matches in, winning 30, but I kept drinking, and then I will use this as an excuse, I got wasted, and then he beat me one round, celebrated like crazy, but because of the sly salesman I convinced him that the money would be null and void if I could take him 20 more straight.
Did you do it?
We went like 5 more, and I won 5 more, and then we ended up passing out on the couch. I don't know if he diddled me afterwards, but I do know that. But I do know that we haven't finished it yet.
I was playing my ex-wife's brother one night, Street Fighter 4 Vanilla, so it was before the expansion, so it was just the original 16 characters. And I was
when did you... I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I'm just saying, when did you actually have time to play him during his numerous master's degree courses?
Oh, right. Well, he had a lull one night in between several interviews for Forbes 500 companies. But I was trying to beat him. Not only was I trying to beat him 100 times in a row, but I was trying to beat him 100 times in a row, having used every character at least 3 times.
Jesus, dude, that's
I made it all the way up to 97 before he beat me with me being Dalsum.
Oh,
yeah, I was so close. I was pretty angry about that.
I would be too, rightfully so.
I mean, yeah, but 97 times in a row, who fucking sticks around that long?
It's dedication.
Right.
Yeah,
that guy, because he's got nothing to do. Really, he's not in master's courses.
No, he's never seen him. The only time he's ever seen a master's course is when he fucking Googled online that he couldn't get in.
And he was trying to look up the times for the Masters tournament.
Right.
He got to the wrong website.
He picked up Tiger Woods fucking 05 and he was like, Masters.
Well, as you guys well know, though, I'm like, when it comes to the issues of rage quitting and winning or losing, I'm actually probably horrible to play with, because if I'm crushing if there's a situation where I'm crushing either of you guys, I get extremely smug and I can't even fucking help it. I'll just keep smiling and grinning like a fucking idiot.
Our Madden matches together are legendary.
They are legendary. But if I lose, I will not rage quit, but I will rage afterward. The last probably 3 video games I've played against Brent is to tell you that you're not as good as I am even after you beat me. I go, look, bro, you're good, but that was a fluke and it will never happen again.
No, I do remember, because I remember the one night we were playing, it was me and Dave playing against you and Brent on FIFA. And Dave and I were winning that first match, and you were getting so furious, not at me and Dave, but at Brent, going, come on, you bitch. What the fuck you doing? This goddamn Bush League shit. Fucking can't handle that shit. I was like, holy shit.
He does this thing that when he realizes it's happening, he eggs it on. But I get to a certain state, and my rage comes out in me pointing out the obvious very loudly. Where, like, if something will happen and it's clearly bullshit, I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense that would happen right now. And I just do that repeatedly, and so he eggs that on. And it's, like, the most fun thing for him.
Although, to be fair, you have this thing that you've done a couple times, which has been brought on by me being a supreme asshole when we're playing video games against each other. But it still is fucking... It is your form of rage quitting, where you can beat me at something... but you can't take the shit talk that follows from beating me. And so after I do it for 5 or 10 minutes, you'll eventually be like, well, fuck me, I'm just a horrible player and I'll never play ever again. And that shit makes me furious. Yeah, that shit makes me so angry that, like, which I guess these things only happen when we've been drinking a lot. But
right. No, that's all the time, because I'm pretty sure the thing that I do is I go, okay, well, I'm not playing this anymore.
Yeah, I remember the one time that I beat you in Madden like two or three times in a row, and you put the game neatly in the case, walked to the closet, opened the closet, and fucking threw it in there like you were fucking like I don't know, I can't think of a baseball player.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson. There you go. Yeah, you 101 mile an hour fast pitch that motherfucker into a closet. And you're like, we're never playing that again, and we did not. We got a different.
No,
map.
we never did. Yeah.
We played the year earlier until the new one came out.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that game. Matter of fact, I found that game years later and threw it in the trash where it belongs.
Fucking Madden 10. Yeah, but that was the one with Drew Brees in the cover, where if you ran 4 verticals, that tight end was wide open. Even if you scoped 6 people to man cover him, he'd just catch it and go for 40 every time. Yeah,
see, I'm not good enough to know that, so you just took advantage of me. Like we were best friends, and you were just trying to fucking cop a feel. So we're gonna put the.
Speaking of that, moving forward,
we'll get there. But for now, we're gonna take a quick break. But let me just say this: don't rage quit. Take your beating like a man or a woman, if it's the unlikely scenario, and because Every because I do watch YouTube videos on how to be a better Street Fighter player because I like to do my homework, and as one of them likes to say, every loss is a learning experience. So just take your loss. Quit being a bitch. That's a real lesson. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch.
And we'll be right back with some bitchless ignorant rants. And we are back.
And we back. Oh man, I forgot. I was gonna add a brilliant line to the last segment, and I forgot all about it, and I remembered it now.
We'll throw it out there. We'll fucking just pretend like
post-production magic.
Yeah,
post-production magic. Well, it's not gonna be funny anymore, though, is the thing. But I was gonna say when you first mentioned the rage quitting, and you were like, "We're gonna talk about this," then my very first thought that popped in my head was, but I didn't want to interrupt you, was. I feel the same way about rage quitting that Nate Dogg feels. Like when he famously said, 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole, Nate Dogg is about to make some rage quitting bodies turn cold.
Okay.
I don't think that would have been funny then.
What? Fuck yeah, I would have. Come on, that was gold, dude.
You should have seen the look of pain in his face, forcing himself not to laugh at that.
He's just trying to make up for the broken joystick night. He's been holding that against me ever since.
Oh my god, I've forgotten all about it until you bring it up constantly because it's the one time you've ever won in your life.
I think I still own the belt outright.
Yeah, but guess who's got possession of it? And guess possession is 9/10 of the law, my friend.
I think
you want this belt? You're gonna have to come take it from me.
Actually, since I used to dabble a little bit in the market of real estate. I know that adverse possession only is the thing if you have it and keep it, and I don't get it back from you for over 20 years.
You have to pay the property taxes on it too, Tim.
It's not property. It's an item.
It is. It's certainly property. It's my livelihood, bro.
Just for that, I'm gonna bury it in an unmarked spot in the middle of some random field where even I won't find it and suck all of it, and neither one of us will have it.
No, that'll be fine because I'll still have it mentally, and you won't.
No, you won't.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna forget about it. You're not gonna eternal sunshine of the spotless mind me.
I don't even know what that means.
It means removing the memories from my head of me ever having it.
I don't need to. They're not real.
Look, dude. Are you?
No, you look, bro.
No, do you even believe in Leap Day Williams?
I don't even know who that is.
What the fuck?
Come on, dude. He shows up on Leap Day and he trades all the kids' tears for candy.
Leap Day Williams.
Leap Day Williams.
Oh, I'm sorry your mom died. I can take that memory and you can have the Snickers bar.
And we're back.
Nope. That's the beauty of the show. I keep everything in because fuck you. That's why. Brent.
Yes.
You want to talk about something, I think, that we're
I
all
do.
very interested in.
This is okay. So this happened a few days ago, and
right.
I, being the person that I am, I kind of sat back and watched it unfold, and I found it very interesting. So I brought it to the table here, and the best way that I can explain it is a taboo within a group of people.
Hold on, a what?
A taboo.
A taboo.
A taboo. Not a tattoo.
Not a tableau, but a taboo. Stupid. I'm sorry.
Stupid.
That was dumb.
But a taboo within a group of people is not necessarily like a cultural taboo, but something that as a group...
What you might call a local taboo.
A local taboo.
What is a cultural taboo?
I don't know. It's something you like. For a long time, oral sex was a cultural taboo. You didn't talk about oral sex.
Right.
especially in the black community.
And then when that became okay, you didn't talk about anal sex.
Anal sex, that was a taboo.
Taking the train to Woolworths, as they used to call it in the 20s.
Taking the train to Woolworths, huh?
I don't know if that's a real thing. Taking the old train to Woolworths.
I was more a fan of the last train to Clarksville. That was more my jam.
The calm down there, Mike, Davey, Peter, and Mike.
The monkeys.
Yeah,
Those are the ones.
Those are the ones.
But something that we were talking about as a group about a particular person who at the time wasn't around, but whenever he would come into the scene, we would no longer talk about this thing.
Okay.
And so taboo was the way that I thought to describe it.
Great word.
But so we know a particular person who
we're not going to say names.
He has become increasingly homosexual.
Or would you say homosexual-esque?
A homosexual-esque as of recent.
Okay.
And there's always been kind of a subplot.
Like a will he or won't he, you know?
A will he or won't he kind of thing.
Like a Ross and Rachel.
Like a Ross and Rachel.
Which is also homosexual-esque.
A Ross and Rachel-esque thought that our friend might be gay, but because of his own, thoughts about it or whatever is going through his head, won't accept it. And it would be better for him if he just came out and was like, hey guys, I'm gay. And we were like, oh yeah, cool, man. And that was that, because it doesn't matter to us.
Right, we don't care. We like gay people.
Right, but...
No, I don't prefer them.
But anyway...
Thank you, Robert.
But he was very, very... I'm drawing a blank right now.
Okay.
Homophobic.
Handsy-feely.
He was very homophobic early on, but would let some things slip. And there are some stories involving him and actual professed gay dudes that led us to... that fueled our fire with this. And recently, he has started to act this out more and more with another individual in our friend group.
Taken to the streets, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. He's peeking out of the blinds of his closet.
I got you. So he's kind of toe in the water, if you will.
Mm-hmm. He's Bugs Bunnying the cauldron right now.
Right. Seeing the water.
He's Jesus Christing the preparation day.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. What have I told you about mentioning him on the show?
He's in the Garden of Gethsemane saying, your will be done, Father, but please take this cup away from me.
So he's bought the game, but hasn't pressed start just watching the demo screen.
Right, yeah, he's just watching the title
screen. Right,
insert coin, but not sure if he's going to insert coin yet.
Whether he wants to have one player or two players is still up for debate.
Okay, I got you.
He's moved the drop claw, but he's not quite sure it's going to catch when he drops it.
Right. So he's got his Chuck E. Cheese tickets, but hasn't decided.
He doesn't know what he wants to redeem them on.
If he wants the eraser or the
Tootsie Rolls.
The Tootsie Rolls are always the best call, though,
because they're 1 point. Yeah,
but so we had.
I can't come up with any more.
Okay, so he's dipped his chicken nugget in the ranch, but hasn't taken the bite yet.
He hasn't taken the bite yet.
All right.
He's letting it soak a little bit.
Okay,
he's a buffalo wing that isn't quite boneless yet.
I think that he might want the bone inside of him, but hasn't fully decided.
Okay, so what you're saying is that he might be gay, but hasn't admitted it.
Right. Okay. Exactly.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Let's cut through the metaphors.
I was going to say, we're going to get right to the heart of it here.
He might be gay.
He might be gay.
So wait, I'm confused. Is he actually a claw or...
So he's in my phone as gay, this person, and so we had a friend in town.
Do not show your phone to anyone.
We had this friend in town, and so we hadn't seen him in a while. He moved from here to the East Coast, came back to visit, and so we wanted to get everybody together.
Gay. So a friend came to visit.
Friend came to visit and got some stragglers back together. We had a much larger friend group when we partied back in the day. And kind of went our separate ways, but...
Yeah, I didn't get a phone call.
So we all came together and we were
Right.
talking, and it was brought to our attention the way he had been acting recently. Not the friend visiting, but the friend who might be gay.
Okay.
And he was being a lot
So just
more...
to reiterate, he is
gay. He was being a lot more handsy with our other dude friend, who he's known for what?
Not gay
Not
or
gay.
is gay?
Not gay.
Is he questioning his gayness?
As far as I know, no.
Is his gaydar bleeping on all the wrong spots?
No.
Or yes?
Or yes. However you want to...
I'm going to puzzle out your metaphor.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick it apart later.
But was like, there was a Snapchat of him doing some stuff, and it always ends up in like a weird homoerotic wrestling match with him. Everything does. And so we were talking about it. But he did openly admit something after he had been drinking about how him and this other person, who's also a dude, would be perfect together, and that they should just live together and be together because it would be right and it would be perfect. And so that was kind of like our first, like, holy shit, this is a real thing. But to bring it all back to the whole taboo part of it is, we were talking about this and came to a consensus, these like outsourced friends that have come back in, that he really is, but just won't admit it to himself or to us for one reason or another. And whenever he was in the room, it wasn't something that we talked about other than little jabs here and there that he wouldn't be able to decipher, but everybody else knew what we were making a joke about.
Like chicken nuggets in the ranch.
Mm-hmm. And
or spinning Chuck E. Cheese tickets on the Tootsie Rolls.
And and then he basically did say that he was. There's a recent episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where there's also a running joke very similar to this, where one of the characters, Mac, they joke about him being gay, and he finally at one point is like, so I'm gay, guys, and everybody's like, oh yeah, we knew, and he's like, oh my god, you guys knew? That's cool. Like, I didn't know, and now he knows. But in an effort to possibly quote this show, but more like using it as an avenue to secretly come out, he did say to us that he was, and we were like, oh my god, yeah, we knew. And he was like, what, you guys knew? But then that was that. And so I just found it really interesting
that he tripped out of the closet, stumbled his way out into this, and immediately fast crawled into a different closet. Just
quickly was like, oh shit, I'm not in a closet anymore, and found the nearest closet.
Like a turtle poking his head out of a shell.
Right, exactly. And
I'd go anywhere to see a turtle.
I've got one. Yeah,
I've always wanted
you
a
should
pet
come see
turtle
it.
and name him Reginald.
Oh, his name is Bowser.
He was going to name his turtle Reginald, and I was going to get an iguana and name it Theodore, and they were going to be pals.
Oh.
Best friends.
I want to get a tortoise. I want to get a very large tortoise
that you can pass on as an heirloom,
yes,
because they outlive everyone.
Yes, and then just let it wander around in the backyard, and it would just be an old tortoise, and let the kids ride around in the shell, and it's just be like, come on, child, and get on my shell, and I'll tell you a tale. I'll tell you some stories about my life, because I'm just an old tortoise who's been around the block. Because my tortoise is an old black woman.
He's an old black woman.
Yeah, and he would just like run around the yard and was like, let me tell you, because I'm an old tortoise, I'm going to tell you some tales to teach y'all some lessons. And they would just ride around on his back and have adventures and stuff.
And they would say things like, oh, Auntie Tortoise, tell us that one about the time that this happened. And she'd go, oh, that old chestnut?
Yeah. Oh, that old tale will hop on board and let me tell you all about it.
I just need to point out that I'm pretty offended by the taboo that is this tortoise conversation.
The tortoise conversation is a taboo now?
The tortoise conversation is taboo, but it sounds like the other one about the gay friend is taboo-boo at this point.
Ooh. You ain't got a car, ain't got no locks. Boo-boo.
So I found that interesting. I thought I'd see if maybe you guys had similar experiences with something that you didn't talk about a certain person, but everybody else knew, and so it was kind of taboo in that sense.
Okay, so no, but I will tell a story. I don't know why I just thought of it, but I'm going to tell it. I had a girlfriend in high school. Hard to believe, but it was true.
Well, you were crushing ass in high school.
Well, her nick. Everyone else called her Wildebeest, but that's fine because I saw something special inside.
Were you the herdsman?
I was.
The herdsman.
Her best friend was gay, and that
she had a GBF.
Yes.
A gay best friend?
That made me laugh.
Weak.
Because I constantly hit on him. Because I wanted him to ask me out, and he never did. I would buy him flowers. I would write him poems. And he never once asked me out, and I was very upset about that. So, Tom, if you're still out there.
If you're still out there. Looking for...
Send me some Sherry's berries so I know it's real.
I'll be the one at the bar with the red rose on my lapel.
You know, I have experienced what you're talking about a lot, in the sense that my shitty extended family, sans a couple people, love you, Tim, are a bunch of gossipy bitches, and so
it's true.
No, they're a bunch of gossipy bitches, and they don't even listen to this, but if they do, they could learn a thing or two. So, no, man, they talk about everything, and that's how they are. They don't. Nobody ever says anything to anybody's face, and everybody just talks about it behind everybody else's back. So, I'm very, very learned in that. But I've really tried to stay away from that stuff. If you guys know me pretty well, and I've always been somebody who tries to tackle something head on, whether I'm upset and I'm angry at someone, or if I know someone's upset at me, I try and tackle that head on as well.
Right, as you should.
Because I don't like that shit. Right, I don't like that shit.
Sexuality, like all things in life, should be tackled head on.
Do you want an animal metaphor or a sexual metaphor?
Fuck you, I was just going to say that shit. Oh, I got to go with the animal one there.
Well, when two animals are having sex.
Fucking Robert California, dude. I love that stuff. He's like, he writes that fucking list of people, and Andy's like, what is this? Like, just doodling. You know, some people draw a house, others draw a penis. Funny how the houses are always colonial and the penises are always circumcised.
Okay, look, I think the point of this whole thing is that embrace your sexuality because your friends don't care.
Man, we're laying it on thick. I thought we were talking about Taboo here. I think Taboo's bullshit. I think that the whole point of this fucking show, and this is why I think this is actually a great segment, is the whole point of this show should be to legitimately, if I may be serious for a second, force the idea that there is no such thing as taboo, and that the only way we'll ever get anywhere is to talk about things, whether we're joking or serious. But you can't fucking bottle shit up.
I actually fucking like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I've said from the beginning, someone would ask me to explain my show, and I would say, well, thank you for calling it my show, because it is. And, but that...
So nobody.
Yeah, it never happened. Day of my life.
Somebody more like nobody.
Sweet burn, bro.
Sorry. That was the 90s joke.
Is that, a bunch of friends get around and they talk about stuff and they don't always take it seriously, and a lot of the time they make fun of it, but it's things that people don't want to talk about. Because the important thing isn't what you're talking about, it's the fact that you're talking about it, right? So it doesn't matter what side you sit on the fence, or if you're just sitting on the middle of it and refuse to come out of that closet. But the point is that you talk about it. You got to have the conversation, whether you have it jokingly or serious or whatever. But nothing's going to happen if the discussion isn't had, and it's all about the discussion. The discussion is the important part.
Agreed.
Because
no, it is, and I think too many people try and what up?
That's me dropping the mic. Boom!
Drop that mic. I think too many people take themselves so seriously.
Get money.
That they try and start surrounding themselves with they start trying to surround themselves with people who think a lot like them, and that don't challenge them at all too. And so I think that this is really good because I've had people tell me that they don't. I've had a handful of people tell me that they think that we're really serious on this show, and there are definitely moments we can get real, like right this second, but I mean, overall, even if it's not your type of comedy, that's fine. But just fucking talk about it, man. Things don't have to be so black and white, and we don't have to. You can have friends and have differences. That's what makes you friends. You grow closer that way, and you grow smarter too. You grow more intelligent. Even if this is ignorant rants and we're being fucking ridiculous, the idea of being open to embrace any kind of idea will make you a more wise person over time.
If I could piggyback off what you just said, and maybe even steal some of your thunder. I have also described the show as friends who it isn't what they have in common that brings them together. It's embracing the differences in the other ones that brings them together.
Iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
That old chestnut.
That's some real deep shit right there. That's
real
some
deep.
deep shit.
Real deep shit.
I don't know where.
But dude,
where do we go from here?
I don't know. We can follow that up. I might as well just end the show and drop the mic.
Say
Which he's
fucking
not actually
say
dropping.
fuck
He's not
Taboo,
dropping
bro.
that.
Yeah,
We're
sorry.
not dropping
I
that.
really shouldn't have. Fuck the Taboo boo and be a
You ain't got a car, no keys, no drive. Boo boo.
be a taboo. Don't be a tab. Don't.
Jesus.
So on that note, yeah. So have the discussion, and if you're not going to have the discussion, keep listening to ours because that's what we like to do. So thanks for listening to this episode of Ignorant Rants. And this week we kind of used some new equipment on half of the end anyway. So let us know what you think. Give us some comments, drop some comments. Check out our page, facebook.com/ignorant rants, and let us know if there's things you want us to talk about or things that you want to rant about. Pop on there and throw them out there. We'll be happy to talk about them. If you're not comfortable in a public setting, as some of us aren't, you can always email us at ignorantrants@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to talk about it there. I will say that "Hey shithead" is a great subject line, and that will get me to read it every time. You can follow us on our...
Go fuck yourself.
You can find us, check out our website if you haven't seen it yet, ignorantranters.com, built by our own Bobby, who spent many, many minutes building it, and it's reflected.
Hardly. I'm going to revamp that shit as soon as I finish this
And
final. I'm going to create it from scratch.
Or you can check out us on theclient.com, and we're going to be hanging around there too. Check out his shit; it's good. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow the show at Ignorant Ranters. You can follow me. I'm at Kid Insanity. Brent, where can they find you on Twitter?
At Tiny Mouth, MOWTH.
Words, Bobby.
At Bobby WWS. I tweet out some magical gems.
I tweeted at somebody recently, and I was disappointed they didn't get back at me. Granted, she's a professional soccer player, but...
Oh, well, what...
Do you tweet at Alex Morgan?
No, not at Alex Morgan. I'm too embarrassed to tweet at her because she's the love of my life. But
Alex Morgan?
Alex Morgan. Speaking of her,
She had a sick-ass goal in the last game.
She did have a sick-ass goal. I was on Tinder, and I came across a profile with a name on it that wasn't Alex, but all the pictures were of Alex Morgan. And
You immediately swiped right.
I super like that shit. But I know it's not her because she's married.
Oh,
but, I mean, leave him
sucks.
and come to Idaho.
And come check out Brent.
Come meet me.
Brent will treat you right.
I'm a real guy. I believe in Valentine's
Also, he
Day.
supports your sport.
I do. I love soccer. No, I
We
tweeted
saw
at
you. We
the new girl,
road trip for that.
Crystal Dunn. She's a new striker for the women's national team.
Okay.
She had a brilliant game.
What's her Twitter handle?
It's Crystal _ something with numbers.
Oh,
It's not-
something lame.
But I had the best hashtag, and I was so excited about it because she scored the one and only goal, gave us the victory a couple weeks ago, and I was like, at Crystal, great fucking goal. Hashtag done and done.
Done and done.
But I spelled the
Oh,
first
boy.
done like her last name. And
Words,
then
that's
the last
good.
ID.
We'll start doing that.
Kid.
Yeah, hashtag done and done. And
Hashtag
I thought
done and
that
done.
would catch their attention.
We're gonna throw that out there, and it's gonna catch on like hashtag tell Tim to quit, dude. Fuck.
Chris
Pratt, still waiting.
Chris Pratt.
I believe in you.
We love you.
With that, we will see you next week. And we out.